So what do you call yourself? Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Hey.
Hey, what can I do for you this fine day?
This is your destiny. Hot, hot, hot. Right now.
Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Kick it.
Come on in and enjoy yourself.
Right now.
We gon' party like no one else. Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, sunshine, and welcome back to the LaTangela Show. You know, it does my heart well to have this time together, especially with those who are shakers and movers in our city and making the world we live in a better place, one dedicated day at a time. And you know, Mayor Sid Edwards, this is indeed an extension of your office, so welcome back to your extended office. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's always good to get here and come get that sunshine from you, to get that tan line where it's supposed to be.
I appreciate it. And I want you to think of this as an extension of your office, and maybe we could set something up once a month so we can open these lines and have them ask the mayor, because it's important to open a line of communication and to get your perspective without you having to be on the fence at all times and show us where we're going.
Right. I completely agree. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's powerful for our community to hear what's going on, because sometimes they only hear half the story, right? So what's happening out there, and then what are we doing about the issues we have? And we could talk about all that.
Absolutely. And today, heavy hearts and our prayers are going out to the Selders family. State Senator Larry Selders, just a humble giant with a heart of gold, always with a smile and leading in the spirit of excellence. And it's always about the people versus the politics. To see someone so young and in service no longer with us, that's a big loss for the city.
It's a tragic loss. Larry, I didn't know Larry deeply, but when I got into office, Larry was one of the first ones to reach out to me and come visit with me and spend time with me. And even though I'm 63 and he's 44, to mentor me. And that meant so much. But when Larry walked in a room, you could feel the love.
Right.
And that's where the people over politics comes in, right?
Right.
Politically, politicians walk in the room, you don't feel no love. I don't feel no love.
It's true.
But when Larry walked in, he just was built different.
And when you start talking about people over politics, how does that weigh in on your job daily? Because every day your task looks so different. You have so many different obligations and things that you need to tackle. How do you keep that in perspective?
Well, I take a page out of Larry's book. That's who I am as well. I am people over politics. The hardest thing a lot of the communities had to deal with me on is trying to figure me out. And I like it. A good old ball coach, don't give the game plan away. I'm for the people. And if more people would take that view, I think our community, our nation would be better. But any decision I make or anything I do, I'm going to do by what I think's right, regardless of party.
And I love that about you. You're always here to open a line of communication on your website. They can visit, they can ask their questions. And to keep that going for the public that's listening, that's watching, that's hurting, that's looking for that guidance, what's the best way to contact you and say, hey, Mayor, let's talk?
Well, we could go through, straight through my office, a phone call to City Hall, and I don't know the number, but a phone call, to City Hall to leave a message to through our website, our city parish website's another deal. And I have a executive assistant now, Monty Buckles, who has been very intentional on getting those messages to me. Sometimes we put, like, if somebody got a tree down over a road, well, I doubt I call, but we send it to the proper folks. But if that tree's across the road for more than the time it should be, then I'm gonna pull up.
Absolutely.
And so, just our regular, through our internet account, calling City Hall directly, leaving messages. Ms. Vedette Jones often answers that phone. And so mayor@brla.gov. That's mayor@brla.gov. And the phone number is 389-3100.
That's right. Put that number on speed dial. Call him. He will pull up. And I want you to keep it locked right where you have it.
Baton Rouge and surrounding areas, it's time to tap in. LaTangela Fay and Gordon McKernan Injury Attorney presents the 225 Bulletin Board. Nominate an educator that goes above and beyond to get it done. 2 winners are selected each month. They'll receive $250, a swag bag, highlighted on billboards and right here on Max 94.1. Congratulations to you, Dana Green of Capitol High and Francesca Bro of Woodlawn Elementary, winners of the 225 Bulletin Board for the month of March. Place your nominations today at 225bulletinboard.com. Being brought to you by Gordon Gives and Tan Cares, right here on Max 94.1.
Welcome back to the LaTangela Show. Today in the hot seat on the tan line, we have Mayor Sid Edwards. You good?
I am good.
All right, just making sure. Look, lock the door. We will not let him leave. I have questions that need answers, and he pulled up, as he plans to do once a month. So we'll be opening these phone lines, or you can submit your information, ask the questions, because it's important that we talk about the things that's going on in our city. Oftentimes while I'm doing the show, the Did You Know news brief, it gets harder by the day because you either know who did it or who it happened to. You're starting to see more and more family circles that are being broken. You see the city turned into a circus, and it's just so much. It's exhausting, right?
It is. It's a lot.
And just thinking about the collaborative motion that has been taking place between different departments at your helm, let's talk about it. One of the biggest things that's been making headlines has been the search and the investigation of Jadarius Manyweather. Another heartbreaking story right here in the city. That has been a collaborative effort, a team effort between departments. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, when in the beginning, Jadarius went missing. So we were looking for a missing person, right, in the beginning. So a lot of local folks, BRPD, the Sheriff's Office, and the Cajun Navy, and just regular residents were out there searching for him. But as the investigation went on, well, we know now that Jadarius was murdered. Yeah. And
a baby,
a baby. That boy, by the way, was 5'0", about 95 pounds. Yeah. A young man. So through good police work, we have figured out, that Jadarius was murdered, and he's in the landfill.
That's so sad.
And so from there, it becomes a recovery effort. So if I could give you an example of a recovery effort, the Twin Towers,
right?
Hurricane Katrina. Mm-hmm. This is as meticulous and intricate as any of those things. I know those were mass casualties, but Jadarius has been gone from us since June 5th, and today is July the 14th in South Louisiana in this heat. So what we did, once we got the intel that we are the belief that that is where his remains are, we had to stand up a team. So the Sheriff's Department, EMS, Cajun Navy, BRPD, and then the big ticket for us to get help was the FBI. They're down from Quantico, Virginia. We brought them down, and there's boots on the ground, but it took us 2 weeks to set up the process because this is a very, it's dangerous.
It is.
And, but we're committed to doing everything we can. I want to mention Waste Management and the landfill and Republic, who have cooperated. It's 400 acres out there, LaTangela, but we feel that Jadarius is within a 1 acre tract based on what they're doing. We hope. Let me tell the public this: there is no guarantee that we will find him, and quite honestly, we're probably not looking for a body at this point.
Right.
So there's a couple of things. For some people, this search is so important for evidence. The truth is, I don't think we need any more evidence. But for me, whether anything helps, but my goal is to bring this boy back home to his mama and his family and his mama, and for them to have some closure.
And just think about how people can have such a disregard for life to do that to someone's child, to do that to a human being. And it's tough because this isn't some horror movie that we're watching that someone scripted out. This is real life. real family circles again that's being broken in the most horrendous ways. You wouldn't think that in Baton Rouge we would have to give these type of efforts to go into a landfill. We see this in the movies.
That's right.
And you would think that it's just an evil plot, but somebody is living through that every single day. How important is it that we as a community pull together and start easing the tension that even gets us to this point, whatever could get us to this point?
I was talking yesterday, and if you take a funeral, if you take someone being buried, and you're in the cemetery and you look out and cars are passing down Florida Boulevard, people are eating, people are running around there doing their deal, and life doesn't stop, but it stops for that family. It comes to a screeching halt. We've grown so insensitive to things, to the loss of life and the value of life. And when you look in Baton Rouge and you look at the murder rate, you know, the numbers where we're at right now, we're 2 or 3 above where we were last year. Last year was the lowest murder rate in a decade, minus 2019.
Wow.
But is 58 murders or whatever it is right now, that's 58 too many.
58 too many.
And last year, we did not lose a teenager to gun violence during the summer.
Mm-hmm.
This year, that's not the case. I don't know what the number is. One's too many. But LaTangela, a lot of these acts and this violence that's going on out there, these people know each other.
That's even worse. Retaliation is serious.
Yeah, they know each other. Something like 2 in the last week is a brother killed a brother and a sister killed a brother.
Oh, wow.
Right here in Baton Rouge. And so it's, we're not in a situation where people are running around spraying guns, just killing random people. Now, that it'd be hard to explain that to Martha Odom's family from Lafayette, who was killed in the Mall of Louisiana.
Yeah, it is.
But it's a cultural deal. We're living in a time right now where there's still a lot of despair and hopelessness.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a lot of ways to fight this. Certainly law enforcement is one. We're still 100 officers short. A pay raise is going to hopefully correct that.
It is.
But-
And you know what else I really love about that? The pipeline into the actual field with your junior cadets.
That's right.
And enlightening the public on things like that, because that's important. 100 officers short.
Right. And that's what we walked into, and we're working hard. I mean, show me the money. Police need to be paid.
Yeah.
So we got that done, and we're very encouraged. We think our next academy could be a full academy of 30 potential officers. We got, I think, 7 in the current academy, which started way back in January. And LaTangela, when you look at the murder, let me ask you this. All right, so let's go 30 years back,
Okay.
1996.
Mhm.
What would you think? We had 106 murders in the parish last year, okay, which was the lowest amount here again in 10 years. I'm not taking credit for it. It's just what a lot of people working. What would you say 30 years ago in Baton Rouge? I don't think you were even born yet.
I'll take that.
All right. So here's the deal. 30 years ago, 1996, how many people would you guess were murdered in Baton Rouge?
Mayor, I want to say under 50. I want to say that.
Mm-hmm. Say it.
Under 50.
76.
Okay.
So, why am I making that point? I'm studying, I'm learning more. I'm wanting to know patterns.
Patterns matter.
Chief Jeff LaDuff, former Chief Jeff LaDuff, who's my public safety director,
Yes.
stays awake all night. Chief TJ Morse is humping it with his guys.
Yeah.
But I go back to 1996. I didn't have hair then, but I was young. And you look, 76 people. Now it went to a high. I can't tell you the year. I think it was around 17, 18, 19. There were nearly 170.
Wow.
Yes. Can you imagine?
Oh, so let me ask you this. With patterns, do you feel as if social media gives an instant contact? So now the beef travels faster. Now the guns are flyer. Now the gangs can be more in connection. And that kind of contributes to a little of this?
It contributes to a whole lot. Here again, some of the murders that are happening are people that know each other. Some are beefs. But what happens with social media, you can diss someone through a song, you can say something, and then all of a sudden we have a bullet problem. People feel the way to resolve conflict is to pull that trigger.
Yeah.
And when that happens, that victim is gone forever, and it affects generations of people. But the one who pulled the trigger, it's the same deal. You're just dying a different death.
A different death.
Because
But you're definitely dying.
Yeah, because one thing our police department is doing is our solve rate is extremely high.
Yeah.
So you going to prison for the rest of your life, and this one over here is dead, you know, and it just, come on, Baton Rouge. I mean, if people would just stop and think, because here again, the way do you attack it? There's the law enforcement piece, but also people got to have hope. You know, now if somebody got a good job and they're out there making $70,000, $80,000 a year and they got a nice house and a car, maybe people wouldn't be thinking about killing nobody or doing anything like that.
Yeah.
So some things to fix it are long term, you know, to changing a culture. Others are immediate, and immediate is law enforcement. But unfortunately, often law enforcement can only react.
Yeah. And when you start talking about the recruitment and our options of the chief and getting more of those in the academy, go brpd.com. That's GEAUX. brpd.com. I encourage others to chime in and see what that's about. See how we can be a part of that solution. It's important. And I know that your office is always open at 389-3100. I want to hold you just a little while longer because I want to ask you about this camp and some of the fun things that you're doing with this community outreach that keeps you inspired and keeps you on the track and on the field doing the right thing, because this is a task. Coming in here doing this job day in and day out, I can only imagine that it gets heavy. So thank you for your sacrifice that you give of yourself, you give of the time and the comfort of being home with your family and your loved ones to make sure that our homes and our loved ones are protected and better served.
It's an honor to serve the citizens of Baton Rouge, and Coach go keep coaching.
Welcome back to the LaTangela Show, and today in the hot seat on the tan line, we have our Mayor-President Sid Edwards. Now, you have been extremely busy, and things are always going, and it never slows down for you. But you still manage to find time to get these kids in motion and give them some opportunities to see you outside of mayor. Talk to me, Coach. What we have going on?
You know, being a longtime coach, quite honestly, as far as missing the game, I do, but I miss the kids.
Yeah.
I miss them. And as you know, I had a camp teed up for tonight.
Right.
But the field's too saturated. We can't mess up a Strumer's field with the season looming and all that. So we moved that camp to July 23rd, 6 to 8 p.m. And I was so looking forward to getting out there with the kids and being with them. I just like messing with it.
Right.
I like just having fun. There ain't nobody gonna walk away from that camp with a new superpower skill, but it's gonna be a whole bunch of fun, and especially the little ones. It's like herding cats. If we get 100 out there, they running all over. They worried about a popsicle and the throw of football.
Well, I'm with the kids. They can throw the football, but I need a popsicle and the red kind, preferably. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
how are we recruiting the kids? Do they just show up, show out? Do they have to RSVP?
We pushed it on social media, and there is a registration, but you don't have to register to come. This is, of course, a free camp.
Okay.
But you don't have to pay nothing. And if you just want to roll up on us at the reservation on Winburn on the 23rd, you could do that. But if you'd like to register, it helps us a little bit because we get the children t-shirts, right?
Uh-huh.
So it kind of helps. So brla.gov, and you'll look at Camp of Champions.
I like it.
That's brla.gov, Camp of Champions, and register. And we're going to be out there on the 23rd, Mother Nature permitting, and we're going to go have some fun.
Now, what time are we going?
6 to 8 p.m.
Okay, now see, I can do that. I have a bullhorn and a whistle.
That's what I need.
And as long as I remember down said, hut, am I close?
You own it.
Okay, that's all I need to know, Coach. I got a willing spirit. And anytime we get the opportunity to be out with the kids and give them these outlets, we're finding things for them to do outside of getting into trouble. And I encourage others to join us on the reservation, to be that mentor, to come out and just be that example, because all superheroes may not wear capes, but they very well could be out there that day just to tell them, brush it off, get up, let's run this drill again.
It'll do your heart good. It really will, just to get out there with them. And we have lots of camps teed up with our Metropolitan Council.
Yes.
They're doing different deals. I went through a deal with Councilman Darrell Hurst where young entrepreneurs, and they had like 15 businesses set up with kids doing businesses. I'm gonna tell you, I'd have spent less money if I'd have went to the mall. That's all I'm saying, because I bought 2 Oreo cookies and it was $4.90. But these are some businessmen.
That's right. And they made it happen.
They did.
What's the age range for this camp?
We'll take them as young as 5 or 6, all the way up through high school. And it's challenging doing that because if you can't have 8-year-olds with 17-year-olds. 17-year-olds will want a little bit more substance.
Right.
So if we get some of them come out, we're gonna put them on one end of the field with some coaches, and then the babies, we're just gonna let, like I said, run around and have fun.
Absolutely. For more details, I would love for you to log on and check it out at brla.gov/camp of champions. I can talk. I can do this. It's brla.gov/camp of champions. See how I sounded that out?
Hey, you got it. It
Dust
sounds
stuff off and
good.
try again. And of course, they can always call you at your office.
That's right. 389-3100.
That's right. Mayor, I appreciate you so much for being here, your dedication to our city, and I look forward to doing this once a month.
Hey, I can't wait.
Speaking, Coach.
Hey, that's my motto. I like it. We in and we gonna roll.
I know you have more work to do, so I'm gonna let you chase the sun or let the sun chase you. But either way, get after it. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Love you back.